Why Germany is still the smart choice in 2025. Look, the hype goes up and down every year, but if you ask me today, Germany is still one of the best places to study, start your career, and build a life. I'll show you why with facts and with my own experience living and working here 10 years. And I'll be honest about the downsides as well. So let's go. If you hate student debt, this part will make you smile. Most public universities in Germany do not charge tuition like the US or the UK. You pay a small semester contribution that covers administration and local transportation, and it is usually in the range of a few €100 per semester, often about 1 to 400 depending on the city and the university. That is why I say almost free, because the main cost is this contribution, not tuition. The top public universities are world-class as well. For example, LMU Munich, TU Munich, Heidelberg University, and Charité in Berlin. These are public universities, which means they are almost free to attend if you get admitted. When your education cost is close to zero, the salary from your first job is real money for you, not money that disappears into loan payments for the next 5 to 10 years. That changes how fast you can save, travel, or help your family, and it reduces stress during your studies because you're not watching debt grow every semester. If you study here, you graduate into a serious market which has open jobs. Germany is a top global economy, and as of 2025, it is the world's number 3 by nominal GDP. Only the US and China are bigger. That scale shows up in industry depth, research, budgets, suppliers, mid-sized companies, and export power. What that means for you is that there are better internships, better job opportunities, more graduate programs, more learn-on-the-job paths in real companies while studying, and a standard of living that matches a top 3 economy. There is also a concept in Germany of a working student job, which means that you can work at a company half-time while studying on a student visa. This is one of the most amazing things about this country, that you can study while you can afford to live here as a student, as well as gain working experience on top. This is also what I did, so be smart. There are jobs and demographics are on your side. People ask me, but are there roles for internationals? My answer is yes, and the data supports it. Germany has a structural skilled worker shortage. The Federal Employment Agency's latest analysis shows that on average, roughly 500,000 vacancies were registered in 2023 that needed trained people. Even in 2024, the number of shortage occupations stayed high, which tells you this is not a one-time spike, but a real demographic trend. As the workforce ages, healthcare, engineering, IT, education, and social services keep showing up as areas with gaps. If you invest in German language and build relevant skills while you study, you are swimming with the current, not against it. Companies need talent, and many are happy to train people who show effort and can integrate into teams. Health insurance that actually covers you as a student. This one surprises a lot of people from abroad. If you are under 30 and you enroll in statutory student health insurance, you pay roughly 120 to 130 euros per month, and it covers the important things properly, including very expensive treatments when needed. I have seen classmates get costly medication covered while paying the student rate, and that kind of safety net removes a huge financial risk while you are away far from home. In countries where insurance is expensive or inconsistent, a health event can ruin your study plan. In Germany, the model is predictable and broad, and that stability lets you focus on your degree and your first job. If you plan to settle, Germany actually made the rules better. The new nationality law allows multiple citizenships and makes naturalization possible after 5 years of legal residence, and even 3 in cases of special integration achievements. This change is recent, and it is a big deal for international students who want a long-term home. German passport is also very strong. In 2025, rankings placed it around third in the world for visa-free or visa-on-arrival access, close to about 189 destinations, which means real travel freedom for you and your future family. Okay, the stats are good, but how does it feel on the ground? From my personal experience, you feel the depth of the economy everywhere. Outside the famous names, there are hundreds of mid-sized leaders building real products and services. If you keep your German language moving and you target the right roles, the transition from university to work is very doable. I moved from my degree in Munich to Deloitte within a month. Your path will be your own, but the system lets you move if you do the basics right. Learn German, get inside companies early as a working student, and build small outcomes which you can write on your CV with numbers. Let's be practical. Where does Germany really win and where does it lose? On education cost, the UK and the US are often 30 to 50,000 euros or dollars a year at many universities, and Canada or Australia are also very expensive for internationals. Germany's public system, at a few hundred euros per semester, wins on return on investment by a huge margin because you are not starting your career in a deep hole of debt. Studying in Germany on healthcare, the US model can be very expensive and confusing, especially for students. In Germany, even students have predictable statutory coverage at a student rate, and it works when you need it, which is a big difference when you are 21 and far from home. On jobs, the US and UK have strong markets, but also have visa competition and more volatility. Germany's demographic pull and skilled worker gaps make it friendlier for internationals who invest in language and build experience here during their studies. On citizenship, Germany's new 5-year path with multiple citizenship allowed is now faster and clearer than it used to be, which removes a barrier that stopped people before. On long-term travel freedom, Germany's passport sits near the top globally, which is a long-term benefit that people only appreciate later when they start working and traveling more. Look, nothing is perfect, so let's talk about the two big ones. Taxes are high, and if you only look at your payslip, you will feel it. But remember what you are buying with those taxes: universal healthcare that works, strong worker protection, and public infrastructure that you would actually use. If you use what you pay for, the value is there. German language is real. Yes, there are a lot of jobs. Yes, education is cheap. And yes, the standard of living is high. But there is one backbone under all of this, and that is the language. If you plan to stay 5 to 10 years, your life becomes much easier when you integrate and learn German to a functional level. You do not need perfect grammar, but you do need to be able to run a meeting, write a simple email, and handle daily life. Aim for B2 and you're good. It changes interviews, internships, and your personal confidence. Yes, bureaucracy exists, paperwork is a thing, you can still win. Keep documents, ask questions, use your city's welcome center, and be patient. Everyone who lives here learns how to manage this, and it gets easier over time. If I can do it, so can you. What I would actually do if I was moving here in 2025. Here's a simple playbook. Pick a public university in a city that matches your industry. For example, Berlin for tech and startups, Munich for engineering and consulting, Stuttgart for automotive, or the Rhine-Ruhr area for a wide mix. Talk in student health insurance and housing early so you're not stressed late. Start German classes on day 1 and aim for B1 by the second semester and B2 by the time you apply for internships. Get inside a company as a working student, even for 1 day a week, because that is where you learn the rhythm and meet people. Network inside the building by meeting 2 people a month and ask for advice, not a job. By graduation, you will have skills, you would have connections, references, and momentum, and that is the whole point. If you want me to break down cities, degree choices, and exact timelines, tell me in the comments and I will do a part 2 of this video. If this video helped, like the video and share it with a friend who is deciding right now whether or not they should come to Germany. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.